Welcome to the lecture series Programming with Problem Solving. This video is about conditional statements which are available in C. So what do you mean by conditional statement? In computer science, conditionals, that is conditional statement, conditional expression and conditional constructs are programming language that commands handling decisions. These conditionals perform different computations of action depending on whether a programmer define Boolean conditions which can evaluate to true or false, or in terms of control flow, the decision is always by altering the control flow based on condition. And these decision making statements, they decide the direction of the flow of the program execution. So here you can see the different types of conditional statements in C. So we have the if statement, if else, and nested if else, if ladder, then the switch statement. Also, we have the jump statements like break, continue, go to, and return. So, one by one, with the program demonstration, we will look into these conditional statements of C. So, coming to the first one, if condition. So, the syntax of if condition is if the condition is true, the statements will be executed. So we can see to the flowchart here, if the condition is true, the if condition is executed, false, it will come out of the loop. And here it is a simple program to demonstrate the if statement. We have the C header file and the start of the program. Int I is equal to 10 is the integer variable declaration I is equal to 10. The constant value 10 is assigned to the variable I, and the data type of that variable is an integer. And if I greater than or equal to 15, print 10 is greater than 15. But it is not true, so it has to print like I am not in if. So coming to the next one, if else in C, the syntax, it goes on like if the condition is true, that specific block will be executed. If it is false, the else block will be executed. So you can see to the flowchart of if else in C. So if condition true, if body is executed, and if it is false, else body is executed. And after that, the statements below will be executed. So you can look into the program demonstration for this if else condition. So if I is less than 15, initially the value of I is assigned at 20, and I is less than 15, it has to print like I is smaller than 15, else it has to print I is greater than 15. Here the value of I is 20 and 20 is greater than 15. So the output will be I is greater than 15. Then coming to the nested if in C, you can see to the condition checking first. The first condition is uh, true means it will go to the second condition 2, false means it will go to the condition 3, and again depending on the true or the false, it can go for the different statements execution. Here you can see the syntax and the flow chart of nested if yes. So if condition, it executes the condition 1 true statements, and again one more if condition 2, it will execute the condition 2 is true, otherwise it will come out when the condition 2 is false. So here is the program for the demonstration. Int I is equal to 10, if I is equal to 10, so it will go on to the first if condition, that is it will print I is smaller than 15, and if I is less than 12, again it will print I is smaller than 12, and both the conditions are true, so it will print these two statements. Otherwise it has to print I is greater than 15, but here that condition is not satisfied, so you get the output as I is smaller than 15 and I is smaller than 12 too, as per the print statements. And then we have the if else if in C. So you can look into the syntax. If condition is true, the statement will be executed, and else if the different set of statements will be executed, and if it is false, it will move on to the different set of statements. So you can look into the flow chart. If the condition 1 is yes, it will execute the statement 1 block, and if the condition 2 also, it will execute the corresponding statement block, and if it is false, it will move on to the else block. And here is a program to make the illustration of nested if. So here also the declaration of int I is equal to 20 is done. If 20 is equal to 10, it will print I is 10. Otherwise, it will print I is equal to, else if I is equal to 15, it will print I is 15. Else if I is equal to 20, print of I is 20. In this case, it will work for the second else if, and it will print the output I is 20. Then here you can look into the syntax of switch statement. A switch expression case value 1 means it will execute the statements under that. If the case value is 2 means it will do the execution of the next set of statements. Otherwise, it will move on to the default statement execution. Here you can see the flowchart also. If case 1 is true, it will execute that corresponding blocks, and if it is false, it will move on to the second case 2, and if that case 2 is true, it will go to the execution of those statements, and if it is false, it will move on to the case 3, and step by step it will execute, and finally if it is false, it will move on to the default checking, and it will do the corresponding statements, and it will come out of the program. So here is a program to demonstrate the switch statement. So here we have made the declaration of integer variable as 2, and we have the switch variable. We have used the syntax switch, and if it is case 1, that is printf case 1 is executed, and here case 2, here the variable is 2, so case 2 printf case 2 is executed, so the output will be case 2. Otherwise, it has to, if the int var is not 1 or 2, it will move on to the default, and it will print default case is executed. But here in this case, the int var is 2, it will work on with this case 2, and the output it will be case 2 execution. Thank you.